Hey everybody, and welcome back to our Fast Fact series. I'm Ted, your host, and this Fast Fact is going to cover the brain trust and Roosevelt's personal managerial style. Now, the brain trust was the group of advisors that President Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, kept around him, had he attempted to address the problems then facing confronting staring down the republic. Namely the economic woes and how to restore business confidence. The brain trust, his principal advisors, were all really progressive figures, but they all had their roots in different branches of the progressive movement. You had old Wilson Freedomites, those who had favored President Woodrow Wilson and really still liked his policy, his plans. They wanted to punish the businessmen because they felt that the businessmen had been the cause of all this these hardships. You had the old Theodore Roosevelt Bull Moose supporters who were generally well disposed to business. They had no problem cooperating with the businessmen, and they wanted to they largely wanted to continue cooperating with businesses. They wanted to have the recovery be a sort of business first recovery. You also had the old time progressives who wanted more social aspects to be included into the New Deal. You also had the old populists, and the populists came back to have a really nice influence, a really nice say on the New Deal programs. And the populists, of course, were all were really just still lobbying for better agricultural protections. And they also came out to lobby very strongly against the Wall Street business interest. Social reformers, the social gospel reformers resurfaced as well, and they also joined in the plans for social welfare, social reform, particularly advocating for social reform aimed towards assisting the aged. Now, these very this mixture of people with very differing backgrounds and opinions did not really bode well for Roosevelt's programs. What Roosevelt took to doing was he took to placing people with differing ideas in the same department, often in the same office. And that can spur great creativity at times, but the differences between these advisors were so great that it often didn't. It left New Deal legislation with this very sort of hodgepodge composition due to the many influences from Roosevelt's many advisors. It really is all over the place, and that sort of helps with Roosevelt's appeal, has being willing to try anything. His advisors came from this very wide background, this very wide grouping, and they threw ideas to him, and Roosevelt in turn caught him and threw those ideas up against the wall. It was almost like a little something for everybody in terms of these programs, and many of these programs, when you really examine the New Deal, many of them make more political than economic sense. And that's another reflection on Roosevelt's managerial style, and also a reflection on this the many influences of his principal advisors. Hit like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought about that. There's a lot more that can be said about Roosevelt, the brain trust, and New Deal legislation, but the fast facts are designed to be quick and concise facts, so we won't go into great detail on any of those things right now. But I'll see you guys next time for another fast fact.